All right, y'all, we're taking a look at this Boudoir Facebook ad. Going to diagnose it, see if we believe it has BLCS, aka Boudoir low click syndrome. All right, so BLCS is when the unique CTR all for our Boudoir Facebook ad is under 6%. So that means fewer than 6 out of 100 women are actually clicking somewhere in our Boudoir Facebook ad, which means our ad is getting into fewer than 6, less than 6 out of 100 women's brains, which means less than 6 out of 100 women have a chance, there's a non-zero chance they buy from us. Like they could actually buy from us. Everyone else is just scrolling on by. So this is the number of non-scroller buyers, and we gotta get this number literally as high as possible. 6% is the minimum. We're under 6%, we got a big problem. And that's because a unique CTR all under 6% is not normal. It is actually the symptom of a deeper root cause. And those deeper root cause are the 3 pre-click mistakes, which I'll actually be going over at the end of the video. We also know that a Boudoir Facebook advertiser with BLCS is a Boudoir low-click advertiser, a BLCA. So we got our universe taking shape here. A BLCA with BLCS is caused by the 3 pre-click mistakes. Perfect for us though. We got the solution. We got the saving grace. Boudoir Pico BLCS is treated with Boudoir pre-click optimization, aka Boudoir Pico, and treatment takes about a week. So and we know this because we invented it, and we've already done a bunch of treatments with this, and it's worked 100% of the time. And we duplicate the original ad, so we leave the original as it is, leave it running. We duplicate and we treat the duplicated ad. Treat the duplicated ad with Boudoir Pico, and after about a week, then we actually get look and see which one has the best metrics, and we keep whichever one running as the best metrics. And it's always been the Boudoir Pico treated one. Now, once treated with Boudoir Pico, we now have pre-click alignment, PCA. So we go from the 3 pre-click mistakes to PCA pre-click alignment. And pre-click alignment activates Boudoir brain entry boost in our Boudoir Facebook ads. So Boudoir brain entry boost, that basically means, we got our unique CTR all above 6%. And a Boudoir Facebook advertiser with Boudoir brain entry boost is a dominant Boudoir advertiser, a DBA. So our universe here that we got is a BLCA with BLCS. It's caused by the 3 pre-click mistakes. Our solution is Boudoir Pico, takes about a week, and we achieve pre-click alignment, and we become a DBA, a dominant Boudoir advertiser with Boudoir brain entry boost. So my residency, first part of it, finding one ad out there, bringing it back to the hospital, testing it, and we saw because the unique CTR all 4.3%. So unique CTR all under 6%. We know that BLCS is present, so aka Boudoir low click syndrome. But now we know we can solve it with Boudoir Pico. So we did exactly that. BLCS treated with Boudoir Pico takes about a week. We got the unique CTR all up to 6.88%. So now we discovered the original Boudoir Facebook ad was actually wasting 37% of ad spend. So now if they're spending 10 grand a month on the original Boudoir Facebook ad, now they only need to spend $6,300 a month on the Boudoir Pico treated ad to get it into the same number of women's brains. So $3,700 a month that was being wasted on the old one, well, now we don't have to spend it on the new one. We just pocket that. So Boudoir photographer pockets that. Kind of like a phantom profit every month because they no longer have to spend it. And this actually gives them kind of a phantom bonus like $40K at the end of the year, at the end of 12 months. Next, brought in my second one to the hospital, tested it, found it has a unique CTR of 1.39%. So we found out that BLCS was present, unique CTR under 6%, Boudoir low click syndrome is present. So we got the solution now. We treated with Boudoir Pico, takes about a week. We got the unique CTR up to 9.13%. And So we found out the original Boudoir Facebook ad is wasting 84% of its ad spend. And when they were doing that, the if they spend 10 grand a month on their Boudoir Facebook ads, then now they only have to spend 1.6 grand a month on the Boudoir Pico Treat ad to get into the same number of women's brains. So that 8,600 a month difference, they no longer have to spend it. They can just pocket it as kind of a phantom bonus, whatever we want, a Boudoir Pico bonus, simply from using or having their BLCS treated with Boudoir Pico. So that's like what, 100K bonus at the end of the year. And third, had a patient come through, so he had a Boudoir Facebook ad 5.03%, BLCS is present, unique CTRL under 6%, Boudoir low click syndrome. So we got the solution we treated with Boudoir Pico, takes about a week, and we discovered her wasting about 67% of ad spend, that original ad. So now they can actually, decrease their ad spend. Like, if they spend 10 grand a month on the original Boudoir Facebook ad, they only need to spend 3,300 bucks a month on the only 3,300 bucks a month on the Boudoir Pico Treat ad and get into the same number of women's brains. So super efficient, and they can pocket that. 6,700 bucks a month is kind of like a phantom profit, phantom bonus, Boudoir Pico bonus, and they don't actually need to do any extra work, and that's kind of like 80K extra bonus profit at the end of the year. Now, the average Boudoir Facebook ad with BLCS is wasting about 50% of its ad spend. I mean, look over here. We got wasting 37%, wasting 84%, wasting 67%. And I mean, take the average of those numbers, probably somewhere between 50 to 60%. So they're spending 10 grand a month on Boudoir Facebook ads. With Boudoir Pico Treatment can probably, save about 5K of that. 5K of that, 10K, eliminate that. I mean, that's 100% being wasted. I already know that. Eliminate that and actually, that 5K bonus back in the Boudoir photographer's pocket, 60K over the next 12 months. All right, so now we're going to diagnose this if we believe it has BLCS, Boudoir low click syndrome. First thing I'm seeing, got the below creative cluster mistake. False belief that caused us to make this mistake is we're believing that everything Facebook tells us or recommends us to fill out for our ad is the best thing for us to fill out and not the best thing for Facebook when we fill it out. So it screws us because it causes way, way, way more women to scroll by our Boudoir Facebook ads than necessary, pulling our unique CTRL under 6%, contributing to BLCS, Boudoir low click syndrome. And Facebook on the back end gets richer because the more women scroll by our ads per unit time, the more ads Facebook can serve per unit time, and they make more money when they do that. So we never want to make this mistake. Next mistake, or next thing we look at, creative. We got the looks like an ad mistake here. The false belief that caused us to make this mistake is that we actually believe our Boudoir Facebook ads should look like Boudoir Facebook ads because that's what everyone else's Boudoir Facebook ads look like, so everyone else cannot be wrong. Can they? Well, in every Boudoir Facebook ad I've tested and the backends I've looked at, 100% of them have had BLCS, Boudoir low click syndrome, because they're making some or all of these 3 pre-click mistakes. So the consequence of making this mistake is way, way, way more women scrolling by our Boudoir Facebook ad than necessary, pulling our unique CTRL under 6% and contributing to BLCS, Boudoir low click syndrome. Finally, going to look at this See More headline up here. First 2 3/4 lines, Facebook Newsfeed Mobile. We're only utilizing 2 lines here. Want to win a Boudoir session? What if you never feel ready but do it anyway? All right, so that's the lack of context mistake. The false belief that caused us to make this mistake is we believe we set enough context to get the optimized number of right women clicking on our ads. And But in fact, we're lacking a ton of context here, and we're actually going to get way, way, way more women scrolling by our ads than necessary who could have been perfect if we had not made the lack of context mistake, and who actually would have clicked in and had a chance to buy from us. And as a result, this pulls our unique CTR under 6%, and it actually increases the probability that we have BLCS, aka Boudoir low click syndrome. So after looking at all these things, so my diagnosis, if I believe this Boudoir Facebook ad has BLCS, aka Boudoir low click syndrome, aka a unique CTRL under 6%. Yes, I do. So I believe the unique CTRL, this one is under 6%. And it can be solved though. So if you're a BLCA, a Boudoir low click advertiser, with BLCS, Boudoir low click syndrome, your Boudoir Facebook ads are have a unique CTRL under 6%. And you're taking a look at the marketplace. Well, I you're spending more than 10 grand a month on Boudoir Facebook ads. And you're taking a look at the marketplace, seeing, it's become more and more saturated with more and more boudoir photographers day after day. Seems like anytime someone gets a new iPhone, they throw out their Google My Business profile saying they got, they're now a boudoir photographer. And anytime someone gets a new camera, they're posting in the mom group saying that they're now a boudoir photographer and offering sessions. So you see it's getting more and more competitive. And you're also seeing, more inflation, is the cost of living going up. And so you've been optimizing other parts of the business, pulling more profit out of same effort or, same inputs. And you're actually increasing, you're already doing that in other parts of the business, and you decided you now want to do it with your Facebook ad portion of the business because you've seen that that Boudoir Pico can save, on average, eliminate 5K a month in wasted spend. And actually, you can, you can keep, you can pocket that approximately 5K a month and no longer wasted spend. That'd be like 60K over the next year, over the next 12 months. And you can actually, so that's an outcome you want. And you want to achieve pre-click alignment in your Boudoir Facebook ads and become a dominant Boudoir advertiser and achieve Boudoir brain entry boost. Because you need that on your way to become the #1 boudoir photographer in your city, then shoot me a DM. And well, when my new patient intake's open, shoot me a DM. My DMs are closed right now, but shoot me a DM when my new patient intake is open, and we will see if you qualify for the Boudoir Pico treatment.